Welcome back. In our previous session, we had spoken about major changes that occurred throughout Europe and throughout the world after World War II. Specifically, we spoke about how the United States helped to rebuild post-war Europe and Japan. Let's talk about how these changes and differences between the United States and the Soviet Union actually led to a crisis in Berlin. On June 7th of 1948, the United States, Great Britain, and France announced that they had formed a plan to unite their zones and form a new West Germany. They also included that each nation's section of Berlin would also be united, even though the city of Berlin lay within Soviet-controlled Eastern Germany. These plans worried Stalin that the future of communism might be threatened. So, on June 24th, only about 3 weeks later, Stalin ordered Soviet troops to surround the entire city of Berlin and create a blockade, stopping traffic on all highway, rail, and water routes through East Germany towards West Berlin. As a result, West Berlin's 2.2 million citizens were cut off from needed supplies. Keep in mind that the United States, Great Britain, and France are the ones that control West Berlin. President Truman did not want to risk war by using military force to end the blockade. Keep in mind we also had just fought a world war. So instead, Truman organized an airlift to save the city. American and British planes began flying food, fuel, and other supplies into West Berlin. These are West Berliners anxiously awaiting supplies from the Allied powers throughout the Berlin airlift. Let's take a quick look at a video on the Berlin airlift.
Case of more planes, more food, more raw materials, shipped without pause from 8 different airfields in the Western Zone. Month after month, the tempo of flights was stepped up, and by Christmas, American and British planes had made 100,000 trips and carried a total of 730,000 tons into Berlin. Even cars were transported. But coal, equally as vital to Berlin as bread, was the greatest load of all. Over 1 million tons have now been flown in. As an additional boost to the airlift, the RAF introduced its Hastings, each carrying over 9 tons. At the 3 airports in Berlin, Gatow, Tempelhof, and Tegel, aircraft were landing or taking off every 90 seconds. Many notabilities visited Berlin to see the workings of this magnificent achievement and to praise the great work of the British and American ground and air personnel. Chief of the Air Staff, Lord Tedder, and the Foreign Secretary, Mr. Bevin, whose diplomacy was much aided by the success of the airlift. He added his tribute when he visited Berlin on the eve of the lifting of the blockade in May 1949.
The Berlin airlift continued day and night for more than 10 months, delivering supplies to West Berlin. Despite the airlift's success, Berlin and Germany remained divided. By the end of 1949, there were 2 German states, a democratic West Germany and a communist East Germany. The crisis in Berlin is just one source of tension that existed following World War II, and it's going to be just one of the causes of the Cold War. Thanks for watching.